Hey, welcome back to the Psychic Soul Healer channel. My name is Laura. I'm going to do a general message for Sagittarius. Know that energy is fluid, rules can be reversed. Always interpret the message as it best resonates with you. Also know if you're new to the channel that I like to go deep within my reading. So I like to look at everything. We look at the spiritual blocks, the shadows, see how they play out as karmic themes within your experience. So you need to keep that in mind if you want to enter into winning a free reading with me, because half of your reading is going to be a shadow reading. You'd also have to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and write the word of the video in your comment bar. That's always the first card, the word on the first card that I pull out. Also know if you are connected to any other zodiac, you check out the zodiacs on this channel, obviously. And if you are connected to a Virgo, check out my Virgo channel. Or if you're connected to a Scorpio, you can check out my Scorpio channel. All important links are in the description box, along with all other important information about the site, how to contact me, and all that, about the channel, I should say, merchandise, all that good stuff in the description box. All right, without further ado, let's jump right on in and see what that word of the video is. The word of the video is always the underlining energy that tells me why everyone's doing what they're doing. And when we're dealing with people that have a lot of spiritual blocks, which is another word for shadows, wounds, spiritual wounds, people that, again, have spiritual blocks, they have distorted perceptions about themselves and the world around them. So it comes out in their behaviorisms. So this is why we want to always look at the underlying energy, because it's more close to what is driving this person's behaviorisms. And when we're dealing with someone that's not treating us nicely or isn't authentic, we want to know, obviously, and we can tell by, again, this card. Okay, powerlessness. Well, Sagittarius, I feel like you are connected to someone that, again, acts like they can't do anything, acts like they're not doing anything. And you can feel that. And you're taking it personally because you're like, you don't put any effort into this connection. You don't do anything. And I feel like you have been trying to make this connection work for a long time. I mean, and I'm not even talking about since you last broke up and got back together. I feel like the relationship has been a long road of just you doing everything on an emotional level, you making that connection work. And so, because the person that you're connected to, it's like they're afraid to communicate, because every time they communicated when they were growing up, everything was misstrued and it was used against them. So they don't communicate. And their way to deal with problems is they avoid problems. Again, they act like they don't know what to do. They act like, again, they're powerless. And I actually feel like, are they 100% as powerless as, no, part of it's also an act. I don't have to do anything. And so I feel like your blood pressure is starting to like really boil. Like for a long time, you looked the other way, you didn't mind. I think that we all tend to mind, but you had other things in your life. I really think that you thought you could win this person over by creating nice experiences for them. But really what you're seeing is that this person is in your life, but they don't really want to be in your life. There's a sense that or that's the way that they're acting. We're going to look and see what has transpired in the past. Now, it doesn't mean that they don't have feelings for you. It might mean that they just don't want to be in a relationship with you. Nevertheless, this powerless act is a form of manipulation. It's not really that they don't have a choice. It's that they're hiding behind their wound, saying that they can't do anything. Influenced by other people around them. So it's, again, being given bad advice and then they follow the crowd. So I feel like this person has been in separation from you, and really, if they've been with you, they don't give anything and they listen to other people. If they're in separation from you right now, it's, again, they still listening to people. that are giving them bad advice. Where I feel like this person has power, but they listen to people, and I'm feeling like it's like people that they work with, people that they grew up with, people like this person owns a business with other people and their livelihood is attached to other people, their stability is. So this is why they're really feeling powerless and why they're not giving anything to you. But the truth is, again, they could, Sagittarius, give you. And I feel like they are a very weak person. And part of them feels like has a very unrealistic expectation of what it takes to be in a relationship. This person feels a sense of lack. So in their mind, they have to, in order to be with you, they'd have to be like, have enough money, live in a perfect house, live in like, be able to give you a life that is like so like makes you feel very safe, makes you feel very privileged, makes you feel like again like you're a rich person. It's again, so I feel like they're actually influenced by the people that work with them, because there's a sense that once you get connected to this person, well, they're not going to want to stay connected in business with these other people. It's like I said, I just feel like they won't be around their family as much. They won't be, like I said, with somebody else coming in to the picture, it's like they're emotionally going to give you everything. They're financially going to give you, you're going to come first. These people aren't going to come first. So again, what I see here is this person wouldn't have felt powerless unless they had given all these people the power to begin with over them. And I feel like they did, because in a way, they were able to do what they wanted when they wanted to. They were able to still be the face of the business, and because they were doing the work, but as far as the finances and the actual working of the business, obviously, if they were working, they weren't doing that. They were doing the other. They had these other people were doing the other parts, and that was fine because they were close friends with them at one time. They wanted what, they wanted that type of relationship. The problem is that how we train people. So I feel like your person is surrounded by people that they're no longer really friends with, but they have too much power in their life because they run a business with them. So they feel very vulnerable, and they also feel like they can't come towards you because, again, they're being influenced. And they're being influenced by being like, well, you don't really have enough to give this person. And you don't really, I don't think that they know who you are, but it's, that they're definitely feeding this person. And like I said, your person has always been insecure. Because you don't all of a sudden become powerless. It's been there. And so again, what happens is it's like there's a sense that they want you to be a savior for them. They wanted you to kind of be like the savior. And you're also like, that's not who I am. I feel like the old you, Sagittarius, was the giver, was the healer, was the fixer, but you always came up short. And now it's almost like spirit has brought this situation to you where you're connected to a person that's acting powerless, but they have the power. It's like, would it mean that they would have to change their life? Yeah, they'd have to change their life. But if they're the person that's pretty much running their business, meaning they're the ones that does all the work in the business, whatever that business is, well, then, they can take their craft anywhere. I just believe the influence by these very negative friends, family, like I said, that don't really have your person's best interest. And so I also feel like there's a part of your person that takes on the role as being the savior of like, well, it makes them feel good, or it did for many years, made them feel good to overgive to these people, which is why they're actually powerless. So it's like it said they could never, your person never gave you enough. And they always had one foot in, one foot out because they knew they could never really give 100%. And now we see why. Again, and so in order for them to deal with it, they again are doing drugs, they're drinking too much, they're again, avoidance. This is what I said, how your person deals with their life. They avoid, they don't deal with it. Again, and it's because they feel bad, because if one of those people that is connected to them is a karmic mate, well, again, they've cheated on that person, and also they've cheated on you. So it's again that what we see here is very codependent, addictive behavior where this person does not have control over their life. They have other people controlling their life because there's consequences if they leave their business. And in order to deal with it, they're, suppressing their emotions. And they're suppressing their emotions because I feel like they can't really even come to you, even though they would love for you to be the savior of them, because they cheated, they lied to you. They're in separation from you for a long time. They're in and out of your life. I feel like you've been connected to a person for a long time that has been like this. And the reason why that we see is that they're connected to other people. So they may have told you that they're single because technically they are single. They're not with anybody. However, if that karmic mate is someone that they were with that owned a business with them at one time, and all these people that are connected or which are friends slash family, well, it's again, once we can see why it would be a problem if this person got together with you. Blamed. And this person is like, I just, no matter who I'm going to go to, I'm going to be blamed even now if I come to you. And the thing is, this person used to blame you. They used to blame you. It's like between their substances and avoidance, again, all the different ways that they avoid, which is substances and cheating. And then for a long time, they would project what they did onto you as if, you were the cause of it, even though you weren't the cause of it. It was just a way because the person like obviously does have some feelings towards you, not that that matters. Even if those feelings are for their benefit, we're going to take a look at this point, because what we see here is a person that, again, it's too much drama. It's almost like for you, it's just too intense with all the drama, and it's exhausting on you because it's like, you're like, okay, like you don't give me anything, you're in, you're out. And I feel like this person is actually exhausting to everybody at this point because they're not living their truth. They're living a facade. They're wearing a mask in order to stay connected to people. It's again, they have to lie to themselves and pretend that they're a savior, but that still doesn't satisfy them. So again, they're checked out half the time, which is why they feel like they're powerless, because they're not present and they're influenced by people that they do care about. It's just, and the fact that they were a savior at a long time, this relationship is not able to go with the flow. I feel like this person has given way too much, not just power, but again, resources to those people, which is also why they feel like if they're going to come to you, they would have to give you just as much. And then you're not going to, be satisfied because they're not going to be able to give you as much. And, they did all that, and so they know that they're gonna have to hear it. And so they're, again, the one way that they are giving up their power is that they've lost their faith. Again, which is why they're acting powerless, right? It's like, again, but that's because they're not doing anything different. Again, they're avoiding the situation with you, and they're wasting time. They're just wasting time. They're holding back, they're checking out. It's like they don't know what to do. They're miserable. But they put on that false front that everything's okay, my life is good, which is again they're gonna realize that that's also gonna cost them. And so because it's very confusing, to you. I feel like this person is confused because they don't have anyone to talk to, because they do, they have addictions, they check out. And because the people that they would normally ask for advice are the people that are actually fucking them over. And your person knows this. They refuse to tap into their intuition, but they do know it. It's again, they stay in that analytical mind, but they're doing it with substances. We need to wait for divine timing. See, like this person is like, I can't really do anything yet. They're waiting. It's like they believe that this is a spiritual connection. And it's like they also feel like that the time is going to heal the wounds, which again, I don't really feel that. I feel like it's going to actually make it worse. But when our conversations are lighthearted and playful, it's easy. The tension that is sometimes there when we talk. So it's again, this person is afraid because it's like already they know that sometimes, when you would bring up that you weren't getting what you needed, there was tension. And obviously, if they're going to talk to you now, there's going to be tension, which is another reason why they avoid the situation. And they lie to themselves. They were like, wait, it's going to be better if I wait. And I don't feel like it is. In their mind, it is, because they are waiting for a time that I feel that it's either you're moving, like either you're going to be vulnerable or there's going to be some time that you're going to need. And like I said, this person is not playing it right. I think you're beautiful inside and out. I see the light that radiates from your soul again. So they feel like, again, you're a good person. They want to be like, in their mind, they're trying to create this perfect scenario too when they come back, that they would have a ton of money, that they would have a lot of resources, and that, and it's going to be in the perfect timing that you're not going to remember anything. And it's a way that this person is like, not really living in reality. Again, the substances is part of that. They're living in an imaginary land. It's like they think that they can control how the situation plays out. And I don't, the situation is being caused by the both of us. Yeah, it's like I feel like in their mind, if they wait too, it's like they're gonna say that like the situation was like caused from the both of you, not just them. Again, and not to really look at the past. So this is why, I mean, what we see here is what their plan is. So are they going to come back? Yes. But are they coming back correct? No, not really, because they're not going to really 100% take ownership of how they treated you. That's number one. They're not going, because they want to leave out parts of their situation. They're embarrassed. They want to come across again as more of a perfect person, which is why they want to come in and look a certain way and feel like, again, the time. So, but I'm kind of feeling like your career and other things are going to happen before that, which makes this person come to you a lot quicker. And so again, what they're going to see is that they really can't strategize it. And they're going to realize that they're not playing this right. I'm telling you right now, love like ours can change the world. This person, again, believes that there was a super connection, and there was. But what I see is that they've corroded the relationship, meaning all their bullshit that they've done here. I mean, they want you to pretend that it just wasn't the right time. But it's, again, you can't go back in time and you can't unsee what you saw. So it's, again, in their minds, again, they're going to come the next solstice. So I would say you can expect to hear from them within the next solstice. But do I see any healing here? No. Do I see this person wants to come back? Yeah, because you're a good catch, because there is a connection. As I said, they're like this love, but in their mind, it's not, it's like, I can do whatever I want, however many times, and hurt you, and you'll always take me back, because we have this unconditional love for one another. However, they don't realize the damage that they've done to the relationship. They haven't confronted the relationship, and I feel like that's going to be a problem. And if it's not a problem, it should be a problem for you guys. I have to ask, why did you attract this person into your life? Because, again, what we see here is a lot of wounding, and when we attract a person that is wounded to the point that, again, this person, like it said, the way that they deal with their problems is always going to be like avoidant. They're not going to stop, doing drugs, and they're not going to stop the way that they've navigated unless you're going to teach them. And if you're going to teach them, it's going to take a lot of time. It's not going to be easy. And so, like, we have to say, why, Spirit, would you bring a person like this into my life that I have such a strong connection to on a spiritual level, but they did all this, and being with them would actually mean that you would have to abandon yourself somewhat. They would be a project. They're going to be a project. Suppression, being suppressed yourself growing up. Again, having abusive parents, having an abusive parent, one that was toxic, one that, again, used substances also to avoid having a parent that was abusive emotionally, because they felt like the weight of the world was on their back. Crafts and creativity. So, again, that you have talents, again, things that you need to invest your time back into, because they would actually grow. Also, like, I feel like whatever that you did do, like I said, it was not really praised, it wasn't really supported, and that, so you didn't really feed it after a while, so you don't really know where all your gifts are. And to find your, like, rhythm, dance. We all have our own special, unique individuality, and we do everything different. We do it with our own little flair. So you really haven't found your flair because you were brought up in an environment that suppressed you. And I feel like when you were younger, you did put time into certain things like crafts and your own unique creativity, whatever it was. And that could even be like the psychic arts. Creativity is, again, comes in so many different, we can express it so many different ways. But I feel like, again, it wasn't praised, it wasn't promoted, you didn't feel supported in it. You were told to do certain things and be a certain way, and you did, but when that happens, you don't find your own rhythm. So when you don't find your own rhythm, you're actually going to think that there's something wrong with you. Because, again, you're going to try to emulate other people, and it's never going to come out the same way that another person does what they do. It just isn't going to happen. It also happens, like you said, if you grow up in an environment where you had to be the parent, then, again, you didn't go out into the world and find your hobbies and find your talents, or really even all of your creativity. So even though you might have been creative, it might have only been in one or two areas, when meanwhile you could have like hundreds of different like talents and those talents, when you put your energy into, you're actually connecting to different people, going to different places, and really learning about yourself. And this is how you find your own dance, like your own rhythm. You're able to, again, know, because you know yourself so well. You know what you like, you know what you don't like, and you know where to put your focus, so that when you do go through hard times, you're able to get through those hard times. So I feel like Spirit was just like, you attracted this person because like goes to like. So fear. There's only two energies when you really want to just break it down: love and fear. And you were holding fear because you don't really know 100% of who you are, and too much of the energies that you were brought up with the suppression of a parent, again, the addiction of a parent, again, them not never being there, never supporting you, never guiding you, never loving you. This is why you attracted this person. It was a karmic. So this person, again, still feels that connection because that love never dies, but they corroded the connection, and they corroded the connection because, again, they didn't really want to put any effort in. They, again, didn't want to deal with their situation. It's, again, they created all of it. They weren't honest in the beginning. You know, they weren't honest. They were in and out of your life. And I feel like they're back in your life. Some of them are back in your life, or they're about to be back in your life. And, but my thing is that they're not going to be 100% healed. So we always ask Spirit, what energy can we pull into this to make our situation maybe a little bit easier? What else should we know? Because when we are connected to someone like this, when we're still kind of giving energy to it, we still are going to feel the effects of the fact that they're no longer with us, that there's going to be a little bit of a hole there. And the hole is not because we're supposed to be with this person or I really love this person. The ego will tell you that you should be with this person because the ego is all about your survival, and the emotional aspect of your survival is, you know, I want to have this person here because that's better than no one. But the truth of the matter here is that Spirit's saying, no, you should have nothing there, so you can again go out and use that time and that energy and that focus and your resources into growing those areas of your life, instead of giving it to some toxic person that doesn't really, that and they're toxic not because they're 100% bad. They're bad. I shouldn't say that. They weren't honest with you, but again, they were in a situation that they don't really know how to get out of. And it's because they don't really know how to get out of it without disrupting everyone else's life, disrupting their life. They feel like they're powerless, but they were willing to let you be on the side, you know, and that's where the problem comes into play. So they're going to come back and, you know, act like things are different when things are not different. They just still have strong feelings for them. Creation. I have the power to direct my life with a construct attitude. I create what is best for my soul. I firmly believe I can transform and improve my inner and outer worlds by turning every thought into affirmation action. I act in the image of God and bring light into my life. So God is just another word for unconditional love. It's another word for the universe. So when we're vibing at the highest vibration, it's through, again, doing what we love. And so again, where Spirit's saying that time and that energy and that focus doesn't belong to this person because they're not strong enough. They have to heal themselves. They have to heal their life. They have to fix their life. And you can't be the savior. You can't be the fixer. And this person would, again, somehow manipulate that because they're not strong enough to deal with, again, all the people that are connected to them. So you're, again, put the energy into yourself, into creating. And I'm going to leave that there, Sagittarius. you resonated with this video, you let me know. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.